Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you ever wondered how we decorate a castle cake, then you need to watch this video till end. So this cake here I'm going to decorate is a castle cake. So I was done crumb coating the cake, then I covered it in fondant. What I'm doing here is what we call paneling method. So I've covered the top and I'm wrapping up the body of the cake with a fondant. So I'm trying to smoothen it to make sure that all the edges are sharp. Just stick along and get your popcorn and nice drink. It's gonna be a little long. Yes, so I was done covering the body and I'm trying to take out the excess. That is what I'm doing here basically. Fondant cake takes a lot of time, to be honestly. This is what I always tell my students. Although one thing about fondant is that you can do a lot with fondant cake. It doesn't have a limit compared to whipped cream and buttercream. Those two, they kind of have a limit with what you can do with it. But when it comes to fondant, you can do a lot with it. Okay, right? I was done covering it and I'm trying to achieve the sharp edges at the top. You see that is what I'm doing, guys. You guys have to bear with me. I'm not so good with voiceover, but I'm trying to get better at it by the day, just to bring you guys along my baking journey. I love sharing recipes, behind the scenes, my student journey, and a lot of that. So I was done. Then what I was holding here is what I will use as the pillars. You know, castle cakes, you put something like pillars. So I used foil paper and a so that thick carton that is in between, that is where they wrap the foil paper. That is what I used. Then I cut it into, I'm using like 5 pieces. I cut it into 5 pieces. Then to make the cone, that is the top, what I'm using is a paper, any hard paper at all. If you get any hard paper, it's okay. So I wrap it into a cone shape and use my hot gun to seal it. You can see it from the video. So here's my daughter. She came to assist me a little bit. So I was done doing that. I did it for the 5 of them. So I'm trying to check to see how it's going to stand on the cake. And I was done with that. So I proceeded to add color to the fondant. I'm going to wrap the body of the pillars with it. I will be working with purple color. So I added the color and I'm kneading the fondant right here. This is CMC. We add CMC to our fondant to make it firm, to make it strong. So bakers in the house will understand. If you are not a baker, you won't understand some of these things. But CMC, we use it, we add it to fondant to make it strong. So I was done adding that and I've achieved the exact kind of purple I want. So what I do is that I pick each of the pillar. I call it a pillar. Yes, you know, castle cake is just like a house. So these are the pillars. Each one I will pick it and wrap it in fondant to cover everywhere to make sure that it's not showing outside. So castle cake is one of those cakes that really takes a lot of time. It consumes a lot of time. This is how I did to all of them, all the 5 of them. You can imagine the time I spent doing decorating just one cake. The last castle cake I made, I think it was in 2020. It was terrible. But we thank God for consistency, for growth, learning. in business we keep evolving, we keep learning. So I thank God for growth. We've evolved. Like the kind of cake I make these days is no longer the same. So I was done covering the pillars. Then I moved to cover the cone. The body of the pillar, I covered it in purple. Then the top is going to be white. So that is what I'm doing here. I do the same for all the 5 of them. 2 are going to be down by the sides, then 3 at the top. Although some people add 4 down, that is 2 in the left side, 2 at the right side. I'm talking about the down part of the cake. Then at the top they add 3, so you can do it anyhow you want. Then I make like a kind of little ball, like a round ball, and attach it at the top of the cone in purple, which I will later color it in gold. This purple, I'm going to later color them, paint them in gold. So as I was done covering the cone, I bring my hot gun again and I use it to seal the both of them together, which is the pillar and the cone. I apply the hot gun at the top of the pillar, then take the cone and fix it together. Look at it, apply the hot gun, then put the cone at the top. So if you don't have a hot gun, or you don't want the hot gun to get in contact with your fondant, you can use royal icing. Royal icing is just a mixture of egg white and icing sugar. So I now cover the down part, the board of the cake. That's the board. We are almost rounding up. So this is royal icing. I don't want this to get in contact with the cake because I'm putting the pillars at the top of the cake. So what I'm using here now is royal icing. But I later noticed that the pillars at the top could not stay properly, so I had to give them a support in the middle. That is why I now put dowel rods. Those long sticks that you saw me putting, they are called dowel rods. So I put them in to give it a support and a structure down. So the next thing, this is the door, and like just like the entrance to the what is it called, sorry, yes, a door. And now I painted it. I added little flowers, like just give it a little details, and I painted it in gold, and this is the outcome. But I forgot something important. It was when I was done decorating that I remembered I didn't add windows to the pillars. But all the way, no matter how we move,